Hey, it's Hannah, and I'm starting a new little series of videos. This is a challenge I've kind of made up for myself. It's called the 5 Tastes Challenge. And essentially, what this challenge is about, is taking the flavors that our tongue can pick up. I believe that our tongue picks up 5 specific categories of flavors. I believe they are savory, sweet, sour, bitter, and salty. I might need to look up some more research on those things, but I'm starting it off with the sour flavor. I made this little sketch inspired by this washi tape that I bought a few weeks back, and I looked at my drawing. I was like, I wanna draw this again. Maybe do a bigger piece. Try it with watercolor, make it look a little more professional. And I just like this idea, and I wanted to develop it. Now I'm kind of developed this little challenge of taking the 5 tastes that our tongue can pick up and making these illustrations, these kind of characters made out of them. I like to make a lot of practice sketches before I do a big final one. So here I'm just working it all out. If I were to describe my art style, when I'm just like going ham and doodling like this, I would say that my art style is kind of like chewed up gum. So, you chew a piece of gum, spit it out, and it has all of those bends and those little wrinkles and where your teeth were just there. Whenever I draw like the fold of a leg or the folds in clothes on a person, it kind of makes me think of that chewed up gum kind of a texture. So I that's how I would describe my art style, is like a chewed up piece of gum, which isn't the most flattering imagery, but I mean, it's an interesting texture. So you see me here sketching everything out. I really want to be better at making backgrounds for my characters. So here I have kind of an abstract background. It's going to end up looking like the lemon or that citrus fruit that's part of the washi tape. I just needed something behind the character to help pull everything together. And I like this decision that I made. So about taking that flavor, like I mentioned, taking that flavor and creating a character out of it. The idea is to have everything about that character reflect that flavor, that sour flavor. So you're gonna see as I draw this that the arms are kind of recoiling like a spring. His eyes are watery, his lips are puckered, and his clothes have shrunken, probably about 5 sizes way too small for him. You can see his flesh kind of being squeezed through the small arm and leg holes. And even his eyeballs have turned into citrus, kind of lemon shapes. And I really like how I drew the shirt. It kind of looks like he's being wrung, like how you wring out a rag to get rid of all of the water or the moisture on the rag. It looks kind of like that, and it reminds me of when you squeeze a lemon onto a lemon squeezer, and you kind of twist it around, try to get all the juices out, and then you pick it up and you squeeze it again. That's kind of what's happening to this guy. He's just being all squeezed out like a lemon. And thinking about the flavor sour and the other ones, I'm trying to think about like what foods are sour, what foods are bitter, what foods are savory. And sour is a funny one. Like, I can't think of anything that's really sour except for just lemons. Like limes, I wouldn't say are too sour. Well, they are a little, but they're a little more mellow. Pineapple, I guess, can be a little sour. But when I think about like sour flavored candies, it's like, where does that sour flavor come from? It's got to come from lemons, right? Like what else is sour? I can't think of it. Of anything else that is that intense, sour flavor comes from. I've been eating quite a bit of grapefruit lately, and I am absolutely sick of grapefruit. I need to stop buying it. I need to go back and buy my little halos or my little cutie oranges again, because those are just so nice to bring to work for lunch and everything. But yeah, something I do is I take one food item and I buy that food item all the time and I eat it almost every single day, and then I get sick of it and I don't have it again for like 2 years. That happened to me with tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches. I would have tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches all the time when I was at college, and I haven't had it for probably an entire year, and I'm starting to crave it again. Are tomatoes sour? Sometimes, no, it's not sour, it's more acidic. Is poison a flavor? One time I ate an apple sort of looking fruit off of a tree, or just took a bite out of it, and it tasted like poison. Maybe that falls under bitter. When you just eat something that's really wrong and is poisonous, maybe it's just so intensely bitter that you know that it's poison, so maybe that would fall under the bitter category. So my SourBOI here, he's got pink skin. I was just thinking about lemons and all the different citrus fruit, and was thinking about pink lemonade when I came up with that reddish kind of skin tone. And of course the shirt is yellow to represent a lemon. The pants, the little shorts, are green for limes. So just going for an entire citrus lemony theme throughout the whole character. I am really curious to see how the other flavors turn out, like sweet and, well, spicy will be a really fun one. Spicy, I could make spicy more challenging though, because we all know, like in cartoons, when somebody eats something spicy, their hair goes on fire, their face turns red, and they start breathing fire. I'm wondering if I can come up with a way to display the spicy flavor and really exaggerate it without that cartoony fire coming out of the character's head or body. That would be a fun one to work out. And also, like, sweet. Do I want my character to taste something that's overly sweet? Because, you eat something so sweet and you start to kind of gag. I'm not sure if I want that. I wonder if it's going to be like a pleasurable kind of a sweet, intense flavor, or if it's going to be an overpowering sweetness. I feel like with this character, my sour dude, my SourBOI, that I am portraying him licking a lemon that is overpoweringly sour, and that's why his body is reacting in such a way. So I gotta decide, is it going to be, this flavor is going to be so overpowering that it calls for this exaggeration of pose and expression and the way their bodies are contorting around them. So it's lots of decisions to make from here on out. So a couple of things I don't like about this drawing is the citrus fruit in the back. I feel like I did start out with it being a circle, but then when I later on in the video when I paint the outside edges, it starts to look a little more oval-ish. I wish I did better at just making it a circle. Also, I think his legs are a little too long. I think I was trying to do a bit of perspective where the legs are kind of coming out towards us, but it just didn't really work out that way. And now they just look freakishly long. Things I do like about the sketch is the shading. I like the way I shaded it. I like the arms. I like the knots on the character's right arm. I like how that turned out. I like his little belly kind of sticking out. It's kind of cute. I was just thinking when I was a kid, I used to really like sour Skittles. They had a really coarse texture because they had those little sparkly sour particles on the Skittles. I don't eat a lot of fruity candy anymore. Like, I don't really like Starburst anymore. I would eat that a lot as a kid. I don't really like Skittles. Whenever I go for a candy, like when I go to the movies and I pick out a candy, it's always a chocolate flavor. I really like Milk Duds when I go to the theater, just like the way it melts in your mouth. And yeah, I just prefer chocolate now. My go-to is probably Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, the big ones with the little Reese's Pieces in them. I was just thinking about like a chocolate bar. Like sometimes they sell chocolate bars with different fruit flavorings in them, and I don't think I've ever seen a chocolate bar with like a lemon sort of a flavor to it. I don't think that lemon or that kind of sour lemony flavor is supposed to go really well with chocolate flavor. I don't think those two go together well. Like I'm trying to think of a lemon bar with chocolate drizzle on top, and like that just sounds really gross to me. I wonder if I should do something about dark chocolate when I do my bitter character. Maybe it could be a bitter old woman. And do something with dark chocolate. Yeah, that'll be a fun one. I actually changed my YouTube channel name. It's now just called Hanah Clair Art. It's not H Clay Corner like you see at the bottom of the screen. It's Hanah Clair Art. Well, thank you for watching this, and I'll see you in the next one.